Call the meeting to order. You please read the roll call.
Miss Heatherly,
Present.
Miss Beth Lawson,
Here.
Mr. Gibson,
Here.
Mr. Lord Lawson,
Here.
Vice Mayor Smith.
Here. Can you please lead us in prayer?
Sure. Bow our heads, please. Our dear Heavenly Father, thank you for being so gracious and so good to us, for letting us live another day upon this earth in order to please you. May that we take your will be done, whatever it is, to further the city in our endeavors. Help us to make the right decisions, be with the citizens in our community and our families. For those who have hardships, God, please be with them, give them peace. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. All right, would anybody get a chance to look over the minutes? I haven't done that yet. There's no reports from the council members.
Oh, down here, it continues. And then it goes on to the next page.
Okay. Bring me out there. Everybody had time to look over it? Motion to approve the minutes as is.
I make a motion to accept the minutes as they read.
Here a second. Have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Miss Heatherly.
Yes.
Miss Beth Lawson.
Yes.
Mr. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Lord Lawson, Vice Mayor Smith.
Yes. That brings down to citizen input. Okay, communication from the mayor. I don't have any. Finance report, you please read it.
As of February the 29th, 2016, our general fund had a balance of $457,525.89. Reserve for special fire protection fees was $48,571.21. Reserve for the rainy day fund is $45. Reserve for the garbage truck is $30,000. The adjusted general fund balance is $333,954.68. The State Street Aid Fund has a balance of $87,730.02. The Industrial Fund has $868.88. And the drug fund has $3,002.76, with a total of $549,127.55. Our revenue for the month was $100,357.82. Our expenditures were $78,986.96, with a difference to the good of $21,370.86.
Great.
Is that kind of average for this number, or is that?
It's a little bit above average.
Everybody's heard the report. Do I hear a motion to accept it?
I'll make a motion to accept the report.
Second.
Second.
Any discussions about it? Call the roll.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Okay, we'll go down to reports from council members. Vicki, we'll start with you.
Okay, I did check on appraisal for the 141 property up there. There is nothing on file. Of course, that's the tax assessor's office because we don't pay any taxes on it, so they didn't have a value down whatsoever. So they advised to get someone from out of the county for commercial because they said there was no one in county who did commercial. So I got a list of names of people. No one's called me back yet of some people that the county has used or funds for commercial property. So that's where we are now. Call back.
Anything else?
That's all.
Beth?
I don't have a report from Robin because she's not here. She's been out sick. I do know they've had a couple of programs in the library though this past month. I'll get it and have to read it next month, but I don't have anything for the library.
Well,
Yes.
okay.
Town of Caryville Police Department, monthly report for the month of February. Okay, we had 243 complaints. Out of those complaints, we had 19 arrests. We had 2 escorts. We had a total of 43 citations. We patrolled 7,921 miles. We had 4 drug arrests. And accidents, we had 27. Looks like we had a pretty good month.
Well,
Oh,
that makes sense.
excellent.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that's due to the interstate.
Yeah,
Was they in major or fatalities?
I think there was one. Yes, there was a fatality at red light where you turn in toward the vocational school. Someone ran that red light and T-boned a couple. They were, it doesn't matter where they was from, but they were from out of town. It wasn't nobody local, but it still matters, you know.
I got hit there too.
So,
Is there not something going toward the pilot before you get to that red light that indicates that they are
I
allowed?
don't know if these signs have been put up that indicate that light is there.
I don't
I
either.
think that we need to do something, maybe try to make that more aware.
I'll
It
agree
should
with
be.
that.
Especially if people from out of state want to feel they don't know there's a red light there.
But they need to, what about like a flashing caution light on the side or something?
If you get to the state highway, you have to get the state.
Oh, it's
to
the
do that.
state.
State's gonna have to, I mean, we can ask the state to do something, put a sign up there or something that, we may be able to put the sign up, but before putting a flash on one, I don't think we can.
I don't think we can either. I think the TDOT has to.
Well, they had a lot of money to put up additional signs in the county. Remember when
They
they put all
did.
those up
They
through there?
did,
So
yes.
they may have something that they could put up there.
Maybe they got some money left.
They may have some signs already.
They had a lot, they put a lot of
They
signs
had
up our
a
jacket.
ton.
Oh, they should be.
They sure
They
did.
put them everywhere out in the country.
Yeah.
Which were needed.
Yes.
Yeah, right. That's helped.
Would you want to ask David to check into it and see,
I
and
can.
see if we can get some kind, I mean, some kind of notification there, there is, just a plain sign there with a red light
I
sign.
can, and I'll see,
Something
what we
will
need to do, maybe about a flashing caution right there in front of, before you get to the curb going towards red light.
Mhm.
Yeah,
And it really wouldn't hurt to have one on both ends.
That's what I was thinking,
On both, both ends.
both sides.
Probably wouldn't have, to have one out there in front of the park, we turn out to Queen of Road there. Cause that's a bad road right there
It
too.
is.
Yeah.
It is. Sure.
And, some kind of, next they put some kind of flashing of slow traffic, emerging traffic or something right there, up there.
Who's the person in this area for 2,000? Is Ronnie not here? You remember what I keep hearing his last name?
Ronnie?
Is it Ronnie?
Yeah, Clint Bain, we can contact him, or,
Is Shepherd?
Mr. Shepherd, Darryl
Shepherd still
Shepherd.
over it?
Darryl, yeah.
Probably.
Ronnie, yeah.
Yeah, Ronnie works there too.
Up here on, coming off that hill with the motel.
Yeah.
Did she retire?
Side.
I think he retired.
It's hanging upside down.
Okay.
And it hasn't-
Okay, I'll tell Larry about that. Come on, back in.
I know, I'm down by the motels,
Okay. Okay.
25,
Okay.
or 116, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll have
Oh, you have one?
It is.
The street and sanitation department, garbage went 51 tons, 6 ton of recycling, 12 ton of brush. Picked up brush throughout the city, passed tolls at 141 and in the city. Put two new tiles at Clark Creek Lane. We had 4 trees out there. That's all I've
That all you got, Lloyd?
got. Yes.
Okay, I've got two things. First of all, I've got rental from the utility this month is $541.58. And that's what we get generally about every month. This month's a little bit higher than what's been. And second, I've got the fire department report here for February. Auto accident with injuries 3, number of men 14 and 3 hours. Auto accident without injury 2, number of men 10 and number of hours 1.5. Brush fire 1, number of men 9, hour and a half. House fire without injuries 3, had 26 men, 5.5 hours. Mutual aid, we received 5 and they helped with 5 this month. Total 20 men, 8 hours. Tractor trailer fire 1, had number of men 8. Get my bifocals right here. 2.5 hours. And Wishaw parking lot at TA truck stop, 3 men and 3 hours. And total calls 21 men, 90 men, and man hours 402.5 hours. You guys been very busy.
Yeah.
You always
Thank you,
busy,
guys.
Jay. Okay. That's all I got. Old business, we got any old business?
I would just like to say a big thank you to I think the state patrol officers, along with our local police department, and I think Eddie and them were out there, where some of your guys out helping too when it first blocked it, when your state was blocked. I mean, because they kept traffic flowing great.
It is one excellent.
A lot better than I thought it would.
Oh, absolutely. When I heard about it, I was in Knoxville, like, oh, yes.
We went pretty good.
It did, well. I know it's been a little hectic during school hours when the flashing lights comes on in the afternoons, but once that goes through, it's not bad.
Not like the last.
Right. I think a lot of people maybe won 25 each that night through Knoxville and won 25.
I was on 40. I was on 40 last week, and even the traffic on 40 is more congested because of that blockage out there.
Oh, really?
Well, while we're on that, we need to get our police department and probably the fire department the hours that they've spent out there working on the traffic. And so we get reimbursement from the state from that.
Okay.
And probably any, if street department personnel is out there too, we need
I'll
those.
have to stay and see. I don't know what they
We need all those, this need to be a separate form for those. And we can maybe possibility get reimbursed for their time and,
Recoup some of that.
yeah. And Eddie, you get enough money, we get reimbursed for y'all too, your time. So and we see what we get here out of it.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay, we go to new business.
Well, I have one other thing in
Oh.
old business, sorry. This is storm season, as you all know. I brought up back in the fall, storm awareness and about installing a warning system or something for us. So, just a week before last in Florida, you know, they had those tornadoes to go through, and I saw, that's what brought it to light, I saw where some guys were on the golf course and the alarm went off, and they would not have heard it because they said they had their phones in their bags. So, of course, they got off the golf course and got to safety, and it went right through there. And then another lady on that local station was saying that she was out in her yard and it totally destroyed her house, but she got inside and got under the stairway. And so she contributed to that warning system, the horn. So I'm still thinking, you know, if we could get somebody to come in and take a look at our city and where we could put one, it might save, you know, if it saves one life, it's worth
How many
it.
do you think we?
I thought we voted on that. They did
Well,
that.
we were gonna check into it, and then, the guy from,
You want to put that on the agenda, add it to the vote on it?
sure,
Yeah.
While I'm doing that, let's put Andy on our twos and do both at the same time.
Yeah. And I need to add,
Vicky, did Jay know somebody that,
he was supposed to get back with us, Jay was,
I'll call him tomorrow.
okay.
I need to add to the agenda for the new radar gun.
Okay, so number 5 is early warning.
Yeah.
What do you have, Vicky?
Early warning.
Early warning.
And 6 is Andy.
What's what? Go over number 5, what's,
Andy.
okay.
No, 5 is yours, isn't it?
Well, that's what I have, I marked it out because he had the.
Okay, you want Andy next?
Yeah.
Okay.
So much let him just figure it out now.
Okay.
Early morning.
Probably a good thing this time.
And then, he needs to add something for Brian, for the
Yes.
police department.
I ain't gonna get nothing. All right.
All right. We have these 3 items. I hear a motion to add to the agenda.
I'll so move.
I hear a second.
Second.
Any discussion on it? Call the roll.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Okay, that brings us to new business. And we shall, number 1 is Denise Davis with Ingram Overholt Bean. Council to approve the 2015 audit.
I'll make this painless as I can. I will not go through this whole book. But you have an audit draft in front of you, and I'm just gonna kind of hit the highlights. And then if you, as you look over it, if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me at any time and we can, go over it further. So, first want to thank you all for having us as your auditors. It's great to work up here, love coming up here. And Pat and Laura do an amazing job, as I guess you guys know. The books are always in great shape. Internal controls look good this year. Just some things y'all are still working on, but I mean, everything looks good. So just keep doing what you're doing. So first of all, it's not numbered, but it's the letter that's in the very front. It's the it's called the opinion letter, and it's the highest opinion you can get. It's called an unqualified opinion. Means that everything looked good. The state's not gonna say anything. They're just gonna be very happy with what they see. So hats off to you for that. And then we're gonna flip on over to page 13. It's called your statement in net position. And this is like the town's balance sheet. And it shows total assets of $2,081,521. Total net position of $1,887,116. The only thing that's kind of different if you compare this year and last year, you've got this, right before it says liabilities, a deferred outflow of resources of $119,000. And then under your current liabilities, you've got a net pension liability. The state, what they did this year is they made us go back with your TCRS and pull all your expenses out of expenses and put it on your balance sheet. It's just a new reporting requirement, to make things simpler. So it's, so that's why that's on the balance sheet this year, and that'll just be a forward, something that we'll do from here forward. On page 14, It's your statement of activities. And it's looks a little odd. It shows the first column is your expenses are first, then your revenue, and then it shows revenue at the bottom. But the number I want to show you to look at is near the bottom. It says change in net position. It's 210,563, and that's an increase. So that's very good. Means, and that's including, because in the front we show things that are not cash items, like your depreciation, different things like that we show in the front. So that is a number including depreciation expense. So it's very good. All right, let's go on over to page 15. This is all your funds together, your governmental funds. This amount is going to be without, like your loans won't be in these amounts. These are just your straight cash items. And your total assets over under total governmental funds is $704,533, and the same with your liabilities. And then flip on over to page 17. And this just shows your revenue minus your expenses. And if you look for the year, it says revenue over expenses. It's the third line up. And that total column under 2015 is $125,802. That shows each individual fund, your general, CDBG, street aid, and then all your small funds grouped together. And so that's a positive number, which is very, very commendable. And I want you to flip all the way over to page 25. And this, all these pages, let's see where it starts. Page 20 all the way through 25 is your general fund, and it shows your original budget, your final budget, your actual, and then we do a variance. And if you look at page 25, it totals all your expenditures, and you were $152,000 under your budget, which is, it's great. That is great. I mean, lots of times we'll have to go back into cities and get them to do amendments to fix their budgets so that they're, so the state doesn't say anything, but y'all, you were there already.
It was
And then
101.
it's kind of halfway down the page, revenue under expenditures. Oh no, it says total expenditures. I'm sorry. That's one number I want you to look at first. Under the variance column,
Okay.
it says $152,392, and that's how much your expenditures were under your budget. So you spent that much less than what your budget allowed, which is really great. And then just the next number under that, your revenue under expenditures was $299,757, which means if you take your revenue minus your expenditures, budget versus actual, you were almost $300,000 to the good. So excellent, excellent numbers. And then the rest is just, if you start back on page like 28, these are all the notes, which we just take your numbers and kind of stretch it out and explain them. We'll, show in detail all the notes, all the capital assets. There's a big portion in here on the new pension, the new GASB, where they had us redo all the pension. That's all in there. So if you get bored at night and you want to fall asleep, just pick it up and start reading and go as far as sleep. And then the very last letter in here, it's not numbered either, but it would be page 58. It's your letter of internal control, which just says that we found nothing to actually report on that was, a deficiency in your system. So everything looks good. And I know I went over that quickly, but anybody right off the top have any questions?
So overall, we're good.
Very good, yes. Very good shape.
Is there anything else we need to be looking at or planning on in the future?
No, I would say do what you're doing. Pat and I have talked before about some processes that are, you might look at. Your processes are good. I think that, it's just something we can talk about at another time, I think. So, but I think they're good. I think that you might, well, yeah, I think that we just need to talk about that another time, but feel free to call me and we can kind of go over that. But yeah, everything looks really good.
What's the pleasure of the council? Approve this.
I make a motion we approve it as presented.
Have a
For
motion,
15 audit.
second. Any discussions? Call the roll.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and I will get hard copies to you guys. I'll also send Pat a PDF so that you can submit them with your grants. So, and then we will take care of sending it to the state for you. So, thank you very much.
Denise, do we just
Thank
call
you.
you? Numbers here, or?
Yes, and that is at 984-1040.
Yes.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what, let me give you my card real quick.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you. You probably got a bazillion of them.
you. I got one.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
And I'm out of the office tomorrow, but I'll be in the rest of the week. Yeah.
Is that all you have for us?
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is. Move on to number 2,
Oh, thank you.
approval to pay invoice from Williams Door Company, $782 for repairs on the fire department bay doors.
You can call me anytime, you're a citizen.
Yeah.
It's just little
One
stuff.
spring-
It's just like,
one spring was broke on the door,
wasn't
and
prepared for that.
they recommended changing both springs since they,
How old are them doors? It was the original building,
how was the building.
so we maybe start looking at replacing those doors.
Well, the ones on the other side over here, they ain't too old, have been changed not too long ago. I mean, well,
So maybe
they ain't as old as the others. I believe those were like original springs that was on the
in
doors.
the coming budget year, maybe we'd start looking at replacing those 2 doors. I mean, this is, I know, the second, third time you've worked on these doors.
Well, they come out here first, cause you pushed the button, and the door would try to come back down. That's the broke spring was the reason on it, and on the other door, on the back door, had a broke wire on it,
So they're working fine now.
yeah. But they do recommend putting the safety eyes.
Yes.
We've never had them ever since the building's been built. That's expensive,
Is those doors rusted or anything? Still in good shape?
yeah.
Looks like, what is his original deal?
What is the pleasure of the council?
I make a motion, we,
Man, that,
go ahead and pay this bill. Next door.
I'll second the motion.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Down to number 3, council to approve advertising for cutting hay at the industrial park. Lord, I guess that's yours, or Vicky's.
Well, we usually do it every year, so I'll go for it. I'll make a motion, we advertise to the cutting of the industrial park.
I'll
That's what we do
say,
every year.
I'll say.
I didn't know who's had it.
Well, yeah.
Have a motion and a second. Any discussions? And they will have all the permits and stuff that we normally require from them, insurance and all.
Yes, insurance.
Call the roll.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson? Yes. Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Let's put this number 4 and go ahead and do Andy.
Okay.
We'll put that number, we'll discuss in liquor, just do Andy next, so he can leave.
Thank you.
This, the liquor's gonna be a little bit long session on that.
If you look in front of you, there's an email from Chris. He's with TVA. He is an engineer in their transmission line setting. It says that, it's actually the email to me, says as we discussed, attaches information for to use from the TVA capacitor bank at the industrial park. Due to the unsuitable conditions found in the woods, TVA wants to pull the capacitor bank out to the northwest corner of the field. This is shown on the attached sketch. Once you get approval for us to proceed, TVA will start exploring the area and ascertaining if it can hold the capacitor bank. If you look at the next page in, it's going to give you a little bit, says at this time TVA would like to begin the exploration of a proposed capacitor bank in the northwest corner of the Caryville Industrial Park. The steps would be land surveying, environmental survey, and soil borings. Depending on the results of these tests, TVA would begin designing of the facility. The background on this is TVA supplies electricity to Jacksonville, Follett, Caryville, Tennessee areas via the Norris Hydro Plant in McCreary County 161 kV transmission line. At this time, the Norris Hydro Plant and McCreary line is heavily loaded and has limited power reserve, approximately 3 megawatts. That is key here in this discussion. With the existing heavy load, it is also possible during peak demand times that the Norris Hydro Plant and McCreary County transmission line could have a voltage sag. A planned upgrade at the Matrix Corporation facility on Sunny Boshers Lane may take up to 1.5 megawatts of the reserve power, which would leave us with an industrial park of 1.5 megawatts left. Placing a capacitor bank on the Norris Hydro Plant McCreary County transmission line would support steadying the volt along the line. An additional benefit to the capacitor bank is to increase the load carrying capacity of the line. The capacitor bank would allow the transmission line to carry an additional 50 megawatts of power. So currently we're down to 3 with the expansion of Matrix that is planned, and I will tell you that there's another expansion that they are planning within 5 years as well. As you know, Matrix has 3 locations, the one here, Japan, and one in Taiwan, I believe is the third one. This plant alone is 50% of their profit, the one plant that they have here. They want to throw their expansions and their money into this plant at this location, so it has the capacity to grow as we go forward. Specific to the capacitor bank will facility would be approximately 3 acres in size and require a perimeter fence and access road from the Urshel Collins Road. The capacitor bank is quiet and also require connection to the Norris Hydro Plant and the McCreary County transmission line. This connection will be along a 100-foot right-of-way. No customer hookups, i.e. substations, would be possible from the capacitor bank. However, with the proximity of the Royal Blue substation, no additional substation is needed. So if they do this, allowing for use of public property for location of the capacitor bank versus private property, begins the development of the northwest corner of the industrial park, places the capacitor bank where needed in the Norris Hydro McCreary County transmission line, gives visual evidence to potential industrial customers that a steady, reliable supply of electrical power is available for the Caryville Industrial Park as well as the surrounding areas. The next is just a very rudimentary, very rough drawing showing where they would like to look at the capacitor bank. I met up there with TVA, with LUB as well. TVA, they walked back through this corner that is wooded. It is wet, it is marshy, a marsh area. I also have talked with Scott Boland today. I think there might have been some wetland mitigation in the upper corner of it that may be down into this section. So he agrees with the placement here. TVA says that they will push it over into that corner as far as they can get it. There again, what this allows is it allows us to look at industry, because currently, no, we're not going to get anybody in there with 1.5 megawatts of power that's left.
Is that the corner closest to the interstate?
Yes, this is the interstate coming this way. So that's tucked right up into the corner.
And TVA's not gonna put the substation in if they put this in,
We already have the substation that's up here. LUB already has one.
but they were talking about putting another one in.
Not currently with this. They're saying this will satisfy the need for the power. It will, the capacitor bank will steady the voltage, but also add 50 megawatts of power,
I think
capability of power.
what Roy's talking about, we had a guy who came from TVA here a few months ago, put one there behind the Delta World there, a substation.
Okay, that was not the substation, that was this capacitor
Yes, they
thing.
can.
Is this here?
This is the same thing, but
It
they
is.
decided a different location.
No, really, this was the original location. But there was people in prior administrations with the county that pushed them to tell them no, they could not use this location. So at that point in time, they had nothing else left but to go after private land. So this kind of fits twofold. This is the primary location that TVA first wanted. They only went to look at the location behind Adult World, which is privately owned. They only looked at that location when when they were told that they couldn't build it here.
No, we voted on let them put that in there.
You know, we voted, we passed the planning commission to put that in there, that, on that, section of land there. And we voted to honor that. And 'cause I was under the impression that, like Lord
Is
is,
it the
that,
same section right here?
huh?
This same section?
No, it's up here on the Adult World with it.
Oh,
Yeah.
You know, remember when they come here, that Adult World, we proved that? That's what I was under the impression that,
Right.
it was when I was behind, the TVA owned that property behind the Adult World.
No, they do not. Where it was going, they did not own. It is privately
That's
owned.
what they told us, though.
Right. It is privately owned. I spoke with them, and TVA is willing to come to the next meeting if you'd like to speak with them. I asked them to let me handle it tonight. But this was their primary location. They were pushed from this one. The other location is owned by the Arnolds. And they would be taking private land to do
I
it.
guess, I'm just caught between,
I don't know why they didn't come up with this right here the first time around.
They did. They were told by someone that they would not put this in the industrial park.
We didn't.
No, it was not, it is no one sitting in this, it is no one associated with Caryville. Let's just put it that way.
When they came to, before the city, that they were told that they could not put it up there. 'Cause that was.
And
the
then
thing
I
they
asked you who
had
they talked to, because I didn't know anything about it, so.
This is
Yeah,
a
I didn't
section
think
of
that's
the
what I thought.
No, it is, the land does not lay down.
No, it's no one from the city.
Here in the trees is where it's not able to use.
I don't have a problem
They're
with
wanting to
this.
go right into the other
So
part.
this area wouldn't be able to be used by a company coming in anyway from back, if it's in the wet.
Correct.
And it's in that corner too.
Well, it's the part, you're talking, Andy, about the part that's right beside of it, between like the road and where that little.
Right where they have it drawn is where, this is a rudiment, this is not an exact, this is just them saying, this is where they will go in and survey and do a soil survey and do core samples to make sure that it will fit. Now, I spoke with Scott Boland prior to the meeting. He said that they had a weight set in this section. He said this is almost the exact location to check the compaction rate, and he said the compaction rate never changed. So he believes that this would be a good site.
Scott said that.
What's currently drawn.
Yes.
so that's 3.5 acres they're looking at.
That would be total, would be 3.5 acres into this corner.
But there's trees that block, I mean, like right here between the road and stuff like that.
Correct. Now, actually, right, between the main, now I've been told that it is a possibility that the road could change a little bit, positioning where it's at going forward with the state. I'm not for sure, that's not,
Well, on this front page, you said something about they would have to have an access road. I wonder if they could get an access road like through
Yeah.
that right there.
correct.
Through
Through
the
the
timber.
access road, they are looking at two
Through
different
like
ways
a
to get
timber
into
through
it.
there instead of trying to come around through like a bigger part.
No, where they're looking at would be into this area that would be would be parallel to the interstate, or off of where the transmission lines into it. They're not looking at cutting all the way across the
Across the
property.
field, yeah.
Correct. I wouldn't agree to that.
Yeah.
So I guess what I'm asking for is for you to grant approval for TVA to start assessing the site and looking at it. Is what they would like to have.
If we just give them approval, that doesn't mean we've actually given the land yet, sold them the land yet.
No, but if they're going to go in and do, if they're going to go in and do the land survey, the environmental study, and the soil borings, they're going to expect it if they say it's correct and that's what they want. If they're going to invest that, they're going to expect you to submit the limit to it there. Yes.
Well, if it would benefit industry coming in there, in the long
Correct.
run.
At this point in time, you've got
And
3
it's
megawatts
3
left.
acres out of that one section there is 30 some odd, that one block. Came off of that. I'll put the map out in the car.
That's one, another one section there, we were talking about building a substation for the fire department over
Right, that's what, on that end down there.
That's why I was wondering where,
So
where
how
the
would
road's
that-
gonna come to. But mess us up.
Yeah, how would that affect you all where you plan to put
Can they not
in?
come off this, the road coming out?
I've seen that.
What?
I'm not seeing that.
Okay. Can you give him a copy? Yeah,
get
because
the
we
bid.
had plans to put him a,
substation, we don't wanna take that away.
yeah,
Where was that gonna be at?
and we're gonna need that up there soon with all those, TA and Speedway and Pilot. I mean, we're not far from having to have a substation up there. I mean, just when you think about that much gasoline up there and,
That property, Glenn, for that substation, it was talked about as soon as you come into the, right there where that fire hydrant and stuff's at, ain't it? Down where the fire department, I mean, where they kind of saved a little bit of property.
Okay.
I think that's where it's at.
You're talking about right in there, Eddie, come here.
I'm just gonna go get my map too.
Are you talking about right in here, putting your substation?
No, right here's the road that comes in,
Yeah,
right?
right.
If I ain't mistaken, the map and everything that I've seen is, as soon as you come into the industrial park, it's right there on the right.
It's in that wooded area though, wasn't it? That's what Ray
Right in there.
had said something at one time.
I was,
I think it's 3 acres right there was
Right
set
through
aside.
I was
Here, wasn't it?
thinking right in,
Through
right
here,
in there,
Oh.
just right there next to the
right
road.
here, oh, right
yeah.
there.
That wooded section back in
oh,
that corner,
it's
ain't it?
other car.
That's what I was
The
thinking.
wooded
He said,
section,
he said
and it back in
right
that corner
here.
right there.
It's where,
Or the one
it's
like
this
this
corner
at.
right here.
Yeah.
No,
That's
it's that
not
corner,
wooded. That's not
it's up from that corner.
Okay.
That can't be
It's
right.
not
How many
in
acres is that?
Just at the beginning of that wooded section, right, for Andy,
I have it.
it's just gonna be right at the beginning of the woods, though, isn't it?
Correct, right up against it, yes.
When the field is all clear and you get started to the trees there,
Yeah.
that's where this is gonna sit at.
It'll sit right back in the corner of the field.
And the fire department sitting right there beside of you, we're right here in front of you, you know.
Well, if it,
Is there a stipulation of how far away you have to be from this substation before you build anything?
Not to my knowledge, I can answer that question.
Yeah, we need to know, I mean, because we don't want it to affect where.
I just don't think you could build-
I mean,
You probably couldn't build under the transmission lines. That would be the
Right,
only
oh,
thing.
yeah, I know that, you have to say some of these people might, that's why I was thinking.
But we just don't want to handicap our substation going up there.
Correct. Well, one thing is, if you notice the fencing, I would think would cover all the area that would be away from it. Because, I mean, the outside fencing, you
It
can,
would.
that's what's encompassing the safety area around the
Right.
capacitor, is the fence. Where what the 300 feet is, or 360 feet.
Well,
this is the
let me
property
ask you
where
this.
Place is gonna go, that's gonna burn Alex.
They're wanting 3, 4,
Yes.
5
If they were-
acres.
it's
What they
way
can-
up here.
what if they can get it on
It's home,
2?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Way up.
I
Find stuff.
There's
I
a
was
lot
thinking-
of
and stuff like that.
We
you
can
may
find
not
some out or
get it.
something.
I think that's-
I imagine not
My thing
everywhere.
though is that if
This is
you're only
what we
down
set
to
aside, this is
three,
area right down here.
three,
where you
I
sit.
mean, you have to have it in order to
We
get
get in and
additional
out.
funds.
We don't have the power.
But I'm not-
Okay, they've got 3 acres blocked off.
It's,
Where I see
it's,
it.
it's like clear, it's not like anything.
Okay,
Well,
see
I guess
where
what
the
we
road.
need to see is where we're gonna set his
This is the power
substation.
line. This is
Yeah,
what's
we
going
need
this way is the
Okay,
power line.
I see that now.
So the
Well,
tie
we need
ins
to
the
go back
main
and
line.
physically look at it
Okay, so
and
it-
lay it out. where
okay,
they're
my
gonna be
question
and
now-
see it, and you need to go and see.
Okay.
My question now is, how many acres is that open field?
It's 50 some, 58 or something.
Yeah, it's about 58 to
58.
68. It's right at 68.
58 point something.
You actually
And there's
have
another
it part, there's
section
like
on
3
there.
partials of it.
Yes.
But according to Scott, that really doesn't come into play, there's nothing been deeded on it, it's just one partial, but at some point in time, somebody labeled it in 3 different sections. Right at about 60
Okay.
acres.
To add this, what's the benefit of putting this thing in here?
50 megawatts of power,
For
industry.
industry coming or the
Yes.
existing?
And
You're
if
down
they-
to 3
You're
right
down
now.
to 3, so that means you're gonna get 47 more megawatts of power up there.
Okay.
And you've already got
That's what I was
Maytex that's
gonna do.
expanding, plus whatever comes here, and there's already so many more acres up there available for other things.
Can we have TVA come and talk to us about it, because nobody's talked to us,
I mean,
except for, Beth just happened to be.
I mean, the only ones coming to us is NTVA before,
I asked.
Correct.
and that's when they was going out at the adult world, and we were all very ecstatic when going there because we knew this gonna,
We gotta wait and make sure we got enough property
Correct.
for him to put it in his
You're
farm.
you're not gonna slow down the wheels of progress if you wait 1 month.
I think it would be better, that way we could see where Eddie's substation's gonna go up there.
Correct.
We don't wanna push him out,
Correct.
and then, if we push him out, then we got no property up there to set another business in up there
We need
because.
to physically look at exactly how much area this is gonna take, some drawings,
Okay.
there.
Scott Bowling
I
can
feel-
prepare those. He told me he could prepare a more technical drawing.
I would-
We didn't have time today.
Okay, that's what we need before we
I would
make a
feel more
decision, we need to
comfortable about
know,
that.
we don't wanna give up
Is this the
something
only
that we're
place our
gonna use.
property is up there though?
It's not-
Is
you're
that
not
the only
selling.
place our
Okay.
property is, right? Is
No,
it?
all
There's
it-
one other spot that we have,
You got this spot right here too, across the road.
Right here.
That's an 11-acre tract.
You got some back here too, don't you, Eddie?
There's
Behind here, a little bit back here we can use.
That's your.
I know, because you got the wetlands right in
He
here.
said
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
possible.
I'm not for sure about this tract.
I'm
I
thinking
know
there's
there's
one
some-
out
If that would be the case.
one right here, this, and I think
That's
there's one over
exactly
here.
right.
And there's a little smaller, well, right there's a little smaller. right
Correct,
there.
and the reason this is not cost
I'm thinking it's
effective
gonna
for
be a whole lot
maybe
easier to put a
that.
fire station than it is
What
up
they
at
want,
50
what they
megawatts
want.
of electricity though. I mean, I
Okay.
said,
I'm fine with that.
if this is our only property, I can see us waiting. But if that's not our only piece of property up there, then.
It is the only big piece of property,
But
except
I'm
for the
saying
11
it'd be
acres.
easier to try to find another place for his fire station than it
They
would
need to be
be.
as close to that interstate too.
Than it would be for us to find another place to put this.
Could we just get Scott and the
Would be nice if they could both go right.
Yes.
You have to buy the fire station land.
Hmm?
You would have to buy the fire station.
That's what I'm saying, don't we have any other property up there that we could put the fire station land on, of
Right,
our own property?
right. And I'm sure Scott could draft that up.
That's what I'm just saying, I mean, if it's our
What do you
property.
mean we'd have to buy the fire station?
What she was saying is if Caryville didn't have a piece of property available that they already own to put a fire station on.
But we do.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
why we're gonna try to prevent from
I'm just
letting
saying,
it
if
go
we have
and
others
save
than
it
this,
for.
I mean, why would we not just go ahead and say, yeah, let them do this, and then we could look at our other property for the fire station?
Will that much more power, will that make everybody in the area, their power cheaper?
No, it's not gonna make it cheaper, but what you're gonna not have is, if you notice, one of his points was that you're not going to have voltage
Down.
sag
Okay.
in the lines. So currently, you're getting close to the point where if somebody pulls a massive amount, you could actually dim out another location.
I was told today that TVA's been trying to get this thing in here for years, and it's got shot down.
Why don't they come in here and talk to us?
Well, you gotta remember, they were told to ignore this piece, that they could not have it. So just recently, me and the mayor were in a meeting with the vice president of transmission lines, and we were discussing how we wanted to move forward with business and industry. And there was another one of his counterparts was sitting in front of me. He says, I understand that. He says, but you're sitting here saying you want growth, but you told us we couldn't put a capacitor bank in there. And I'm like, we never told you that. So the story, we got a little bit digging, got down a little bit deeper, and that's when it all come out. And we come to a conclusion between TVA and the county was that we're going to cooperate and we're going to do what is necessary. We will come and talk to you all about getting this done.
I don't,
And that's when
We're
I
willing
told
to
him
talk
he
to
to
them, we're
come.
not.
So
I don't-
that's when I told him, I said, you need to come and,
I don't know.
That's right, you were
This
the
person-
yeah.
Yeah, so tell them to bring them on. Let's-
I said, I can't
see
see anybody would tell you that we
Unless-
didn't want this.
Maybe we can go up there with Scott and if we get the dimensions and everything and
Right. And
plot
like
it
I said,
out.
let me say again, it was not a member of your city government.
'cause I just like to see, it's like Vicky's talking about, is make sure that we can get both of these things in this section down there. And
We
make
don't
sure,
want to chop this piece up and prevent some company
I
from
agree.
coming in here.
I agree with it,
Yeah.
you know, and just in there, it is back in the corner of it. I think we would be safe there. But I would tell you, I mean, we're not going to slow down the wheels of progress if we wait 1 month and ask for TVA to come in here and get a little bit more better
Let us
drawings from Scott.
physically see
That
it
is not
on
that,
the-
Better
I don't
understand.
see that as a problem.
Okay.
We've waited this long, it's going to burn us for another month.
That would be good.
I make a motion that we postpone it.
I'm for it, I mean,
I'll make a
The,
motion, we
and I'm
postpone
sure
it
all
till
of
next
us
month, and
agree.
we get, you get TVA in, and let's talk.
There again,
to them
I do think you're all for it, but I understand the due diligence and trying to get all the facts, I understand.
Yeah, I don't
I
wanna
mean,
see
it's a
the
great
rest of the
idea,
acres
and,
a
you know, I
year,
like to
plus
if we
some
can
here
get.
and there, and have more acres in the
Listed
state.
about
The business is coming.
Have a motion on the floor to postpone this till next month, Randy.
And I'll contact TVA and I'll give Scott all this. Thank you all.
thank you, Andy.
We have a motion and a second to postpone
Second.
this.
Who did the second?
Lloyd.
Okay.
Any more else discussion on this? Call the roll.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Wilson? Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Gordon
Yes.
Austin? Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Now let's go back to council, discuss liquor sale at the location at the 141. As y'all got this handout, as y'all know that the liquor store at the 141 is down now. They have lost their license, and we have, I think, everybody has this, what we got from the liquor sales. It's in the back of your,
And this last column is what we have collected from the liquor stores.
how do you want to explain it to them?
Well, this goes from July the 1st, or fiscal year July the 1st through January. And it just shows, this down here, fiscal year to date, shows how much we have collected. And on this, it shows what 141 Wine and Spirits has collected. And you'll see on this in January that there is a negative balance from these distributors. And we are continuing to get negative balances, but that is because they have been buying back
Their stock.
the stock from the distributors have been buying back their stock. So, and that is affecting the bottom line of both of these liquor stores. So, it's down significantly.
It's gone down, yeah, from 18,000 in July down to 7,600, so.
So, state has told Pat that the license has been terminated
Yes.
up there at the 141 now. It is open back up for anybody else that wants to go back up there. So what is the pleasure of the council to do? Put it out to bids?
Motion,
or
Pat put a public
advertise?
notice out.
Public notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kathy
Public
suggested
notice.
doing a public notice stating that their license are no longer in effect. And then anybody that's interested will call us.
Okay.
Because you can't advertise for something like that, can you? I mean, you just have to.
Public notice,
Public
notice on
notice,
it, so.
put it out there.
Yeah.
it's all good.
I make a motion, that's what we do.
I already made a motion, did I?
Right.
Or did I?
Or did you?
Did I make that motion?
I'll second.
Did they lose their license because of low sales?
No, of TVA, or TA bought out, that building, and so they had to relocate their business.
Okay, so the business has moved.
It has not moved,
It's not
it's
moved.
closed.
They just didn't have a place to go.
Well, they had a place,
Yeah, that building's tore down now.
But there was another location.
there was another
that
location in the vicinity that they
they Decided not to go into.
never did
It
anything.
developed into.
Any more discussion on this one?
And it was, just to make things clear though, the council voted when you all did the liquor thing a couple years ago, that there was one to be at this exit and one to be up there, and that's the only
Yes,
liquor stores, right?
right.
Right.
Okay, just to make that
That's all
clear.
the state would give us it to.
No, you could have, you
We
could
can
have,
another,
you
but-
could have me another one, but no ordinance, we only had picked, we done two, and we chose the 141 and here.
So they're not competing against each other as such. But you wouldn't want to put two down here and then split this guy's profit. I mean, they're, so,
You take a chance on losing both of them.
exactly.
Any other discussion? Back on the roll.
Ms. Heatherly,
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Mr. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd
Yes.
Austin, Vice Mayor Smith.
Yes. And next, that goes down to Vicki on your version.
As I talked about a few minutes ago, the early warning system, I'm thinking if we have people out in the yard working, somebody, that does not have a phone with them or something to get a warning, that if you sound that horn, as a warning when a tornado is if it's in the area, that's just to take cover. So, a lot of cities have this now, and with all the storms that's coming through, we've had a few come through in the last 3 or 4 years, so. I would like for us to go in and just, have, Mr. Muncy, Eddie, Mr. Muncy to go ahead, and he was gonna get us some information before, but let's move forward with actually saying, let's get the system. Get a system that's
get it done.
feasible for our area
I think we need
Look
at
into-
least two.
to,
Don't you?
Need more than that.
Yeah.
whatever it takes for our community.
I texted Jay, he said he'd find a name for you.
Okay. Because it would take someone to come in and look over our terrain and see where they would need to be put,
And see how many we would need.
how many we would need, and then we could get a quote and then come back and go
Is that a motion to do it?
for it. Yes, I make a motion to do so.
I'll see.
Any discussion on this? Have you got any input in on this?
I'm for it too.
Call roll.
Ms. Heatherly,
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson,
Yes.
Mr. Gibson,
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd Lawson,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith.
Yes. The last item is radar gun.
Okay. We need to purchase a dash mounted radar for the patrol car. And the quote on it is $906.
And he does have well enough in his,
Oh, yeah, he's got
This
like
would come out of his
3,000.
police budget.
Yeah, it's coming out of his police budget.
I make a motion we purchase this radar system if the chief says
What
he
price is
needs
it?
it.
He didn't say. He said I could call him if needed.
Is this the only car that don't have one?
I don't
They
know.
have the handheld, but I don't think they have the mounted, do they? This is one it's gonna mount, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you're right, because I remember seeing one laying in a floorboard
That's your
the other day of one of the vehicles. Can't remember which one it was.
But does any of the rest of the cars have any?
Mounted?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Can
Several.
you certainly can know that?
Is that a good thing?
Did you get delayed?
I know, I've seen that, they hold out the windows.
Brian's vehicle, I'm almost positive, has a stationary one, and Joe's, and
Did he say which vehicle this is for?
he did
It
not.
might go in Anthony's because Anthony's really big.
Well, it wouldn't matter if he needs one, he needs
Yeah, it
one.
don't matter. It needs to be- I just wondered if all of them needs it, or how many more might need it.
Well,
So we can do this one first and so it's next.
right, he said he'd done his homework on this one, and he said this is the one he needed, so I told him I'd present it to the council. We'll see how it goes.
So we got to put this out to bid since it's over $500. Okay.
Y'all recently raised that, is it up to
$1,000?
1,000?
$1,000.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay. So we're good.
Vicky made the motion.
But, can I second it? Second.
Thank you.
Got a motion and a second. Any more discussion? All right.
Ms. Heatherly?
Yes.
Ms. Beth Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Will Lawson?
Yes.
Mr. Vice Mayor Smith?
Yes. Anything else, Steve Rob?
Yes, the carpet and stuff. I talked with Scott and, had him to price the floor tile 2 different ways, okay? The last meeting, the decision we all agreed on was to put the fancy, or, not the fancy, but the higher grade tile throughout the whole building where that it has tile now. Okay, that cost was $21,000 and some odd dollars to do throughout the whole building where we currently have floor tile.
And that's carpet too, that would be.
Yes, and that's carpet too. Okay, now, the second way was to just do the entrance way all the way back to the exit door over here next to the library and go with regular floor tile throughout this. And Brian's in the police department. And the bathrooms out of regular floor tile, the kitchen area, and am I missing anything?
I think it was the same as in there, the kitchen maybe, is that not?
You have carpet in your office? There's carpet inside, so.
Yeah.
In the front office.
And it was like 18,000 and something to go that route.
And 21 to get what we picked out that day.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. I like what we picked.
Which is the original.
Tell us some difference.
Okay, give me 1 second here. The original quote, did I hand that back to you, Pat?
I think you kept it.
Right here it is.
That's 13 something.
The original quote, whenever Glenn got it from Lindsay's, is $13,524.88.
And we voted.
Well, we voted to add 3,000 upon, more on that, which was just a rough estimate, you know, at that time. That would have put it up to $16,524.88. So we're within 2,000 of, which would put us up to 18,500. With the hallways from front to back, Brian's office, and not just the offices, but the whole area back there where he's at.
And there's a
The
small.
police department, the whole police
Yeah,
department.
there's a small area in the library.
That includes that small area and the library also. And I talked to Scott. I said, Scott, is this tile going to? I really didn't want the floating floor effect. He said, absolutely not. He said it will glue down and it won't be. The reason I wanted to go that route to begin with is because of this shiny sheen. Shows so many scuff marks and everything. This other doesn't. So you're paying more money up front, but you're saving money over a period of years of buffing the floors, waxing the floors.
It's just a higher quality.
It's higher quality. I think he said it was like 80% less maintenance.
And 20-year warranty, what you said.
I think so.
Wayne, you're saying this will cost us $2,000 more than what we've already got bidded to go this higher quality, right? Or you're saying 18 or 21,000?
21,000.
Cause you,
21 to go throughout the whole building, including the kitchen and,
His office wasn't figured in that first one, I believe, according to what she told us up there.
right.
So now this has his office in it.
Brian's office wasn't,
No, I'm talking
No,
about the
the
mayor's office. This has the mayor's office included in it with it now too, with carpet, right?
yes. It
With
does,
the 21,000.
yes,
And all the nice gray interlocking that we picked out,
yes,
all the way
yes. And
through.
new carpet in here, new carpet in the library,
And then the bathroom, we have to say that other kind of tile in the bathroom.
correct.
So is that the 21?
No, that 21,000 is for the whole building.
I know, but I'm saying, what was gonna be in the bathroom with that?
The high grader.
Not high grade.
Did he say that was okay to put that kind in the bathroom? Because we were kind of thinking that other Portland in the bathroom.
Well, in the 18,000 range, it wasn't figured for the bathroom, it's regular floor tile.
so the higher grade wouldn't go into, in the bathrooms. That's the only place, that right here is the only place
Is the
that
high
would not
grade
go in.
for the bathrooms, or?
That's the way I priced it. Because what Chris's last words was, or somebody's was price the high grade going throughout where all the tile is, and that's the way I done it.
Okay. I'm just trying to get where the high grade's gonna be and where the low grade's gonna be. The low grade's gonna be in the bathrooms and right here that you're seeing. And the high grade will be in the foyer and all the way through the hallway. And then where Robin's at.
No, all the way around to where Robin is, but not in there where she's at.
Not
Not
back
in
there in the
the
back.
Not
Yes,
for that
yes,
small.
yes, the little play area, correct, yes.
And Brian's office.
In Brian's office and, the whole police department area there.
Okay, and that's 18,000.
No, that's the 21,
You're losing again.
okay? Okay,
When we were up there that day, and all of us were up there, you, Pat, myself, and Beth, and we were going with the gray interlocking, front door to back door,
mhm.
police department, everywhere, and right here in this little kitchen, everywhere except for the bathrooms. And in the bathrooms, we had picked that, not that, interlocking,
The more
but that,
the-
more like this that we
Yeah.
have out here.
I'm gonna get in trouble right here. I don't have my paperwork with me.
Okay. Well,
I'm getting lost. Because I'm just saying 18,000 to do here, that Lorraine Robbins got in the police department.
no, he's saying from the front door to the back door with the gray interlocking flooring. And then the stuff like we have out here for the police department and this kitchen.
No,
I don't know
not
if
the police
that's all
department was
right.
The
No,
police
the police
department
department always
the-
had good.
The
I
high
know,
grade.
we've said the higher grade, but the 18,000 I don't think has it. I think it has the other lower grade, right?
At the 18,000 range, yes, you're right,
For the police department.
yes.
So you're only gonna have just a few small areas that's gonna have the cheaper stuff.
Just the
right?
bathroom.
Just the
That's the
bathroom.
only thing that we
And-
said.
And the kitchen,
No, we said the kitchen, go ahead and put the stuff to match.
okay.
Because it's just that, probably with what they have waste. they
Okay, so
could
just
probably
the
do that.
bathroom, but Robbins is getting the good stuff in there, right?
She gets
Between the 18 and 21 is $3,000.
Yeah, that's $3,000 for a small section.
So,
I know, that's what didn't add up to me.
so we're going to prove at least 2,000.
Okay, that's what I'm saying, that's where I'm gonna get in trouble. Just, if we have to, let's bring a special call meeting and come back in and settle this thing, because I don't have the paperwork with me.
Okay.
Can we say go ahead and do the, because we know it's gonna fall somewhere between 18 and 21, right?
Yes.
According to
What
the
about
spaces
the
exactly.
painting in the library, since everything's gonna be
Now,
out?
why can't we go ahead and let him have someone to paint the library? Nobody bid on that when we sent out bids.
No, it's been out 3 times.
It's been out
Yes.
3 times. If we could get him to let, as we move that stuff out for the put the new carpet in, it makes sense to go ahead and paint those walls while all those books and everything's moved, as to be moving it back and forth.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nightmare.
And who knows if the shelves are, you know,
He told me that the way he had it figured was to butt up to the shelving. The shelving was not to be moved.
The wall shelving, but the middle shelving.
Correct.
The middle shelving's gotta come out, that's what we're talking
Yeah.
about, y'all.
yeah, it's gotta come out.
So what she's talking about, it makes sense, if we gotta move that middle shelving out of there, and those back shelving out, is go ahead and get those walls painted back there. So if we bid it out 3 times, and every time we bid it out, nobody has bid them.
So he has guys that does it, I'm sure they're licensed, or he wouldn't have them working for him, so let's just let somebody from his place come down and do the painting while we've got that going
Will you put a cap on it,
on the painting.
on painting and upgrade carpet?
Well,
What's in the budget right now?
how much do we have left?
20,000.
20,
20 was budgeted, was it?
20 was
More
budget,
than-
we can make a budget amendment.
Yeah.
We need to.
Right, that's where.
I mean, we've got, you
Exactly.
saw in there. we've got
Right,
plenty of
exactly,
money
that's
in
what
the
I was
Hey.
talking
Budget up
about.
to 20.
budget. So
Hold on
let's
a
do it
minute.
right while we're doing it.
Can we delay this meeting? I'll make a phone call. I
You
don't
can
know
go
what
into
package it is.
recess and take a break.
Let's take a 10 minute
Yes, take a
recess.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
We'll take a recess. Fine.
Mr. Gibson?
Yes.
Mr. Orloff?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Smith?
Exactly.
Okay,
That's the one.
back to where Wayne was, had left off here.
Okay. Give me a second here. I'm gonna kill him. No, wait a minute. You don't have a price on that. Okay, I was wrong. He's got it right here. It's $19,649.66. That is to go with this area out here with the fancy stuff. The higher grade out here in the entranceway to the exit out here. And regular floor tile replaced where we have the existing floor tile.
With bathrooms in
Yes.
it and the kitchen.
Matching floor tile where the floor tile is.
It's 19,649, that's the price on that.
What
Yes.
about the police department?
Regular tile. Yep. Now,
They had the police department comes to what, 21,374 if you add the police department with the better stuff.
yes. Yes, it does.
So that's with the cheap stuff, that's with the good stuff.
Yes. That's with the good stuff everywhere except for the
And
bathroom.
1,700 and what, 1,700?
$1,725.
It's the difference by not doing the police department, the cheaper stuff with the better stuff.
I say go with the better stuff myself.
Would you? I'm sorry.
That's okay, I just say let's go for that and the difference. I mean, we have,
17
this building has not been redone since it was built.
1725.
$1,725.
That's just, and that's not to do the bathrooms and here, at 21, right?
Yes, that's everything.
That's everything.
I mean, that's upgrade everything. All,
That's everything.
And carpet in the new
I
stuff in the
see.
motors too.
Yeah.
Carpet wherever we have
I
carpet.
mean, we're gonna put the upgrade in all the places that has tile, we're gonna put upgrade.
Yeah.
That's
So $1,700 more, I think it's just go that route.
Now,
But I-
except, no,
The
the
bathroom.
bathroom.
The bathroom.
Bathroom do every time.
Yeah.
Is that right? Bathroom, regular
Yes.
tile, I think
Yes.
that's the way we picked it up. Okay,
Bathroom, yes.
I'm with you.
I'm sorry for,
No, that's fine.
I mean,
You got it.
We looked at that police department, that is a heavily traveled area.
it needs to look good in there because there's a lot of, you know, the
Absolutely.
TBI.
Yeah.
Have you been in there?
Oh,
It's-
yes,
yeah.
it looks like a mechanic's floor.
Yeah.
It looks like your shop. Sorry, your shop probably looks
But
nicer.
I think it needs to be better step upgrade stuff.
I do too.
That'll cover 21,000.
So we got, add another 5,000 to the, what we've already added to it.
That's 16.
And let's put enough in there for the paint for that. How much would it, for the library? Does anybody have an idea how much it would cost to paint?
Well, how about, since we gotta have a special call meeting on these codes, that we take this painting up with that in our, and see, we don't get a chance to code what the painting's gonna be, and so we get the amount of money we're gonna need.
We can get total amount.
Because I
If you
mean,
want to wait another 10 minutes, I can go in there and figure it. I can get it close.
Well, we gotta come back from them codes anyways.
Right.
So why not let our minds rest on that instead of trying to cram it all into one thing again? We know what the price is going to be.
and,
Let's do that. Let's do that.
I mean, we might come back to another meeting anyway.
Okay, let's go ahead and say, do this. I'm tired of waiting. We've
Yeah.
been months and months and months.
That's-
Let's do this and then let's come back with the paint and then we can add it
Yeah.
in another.
Yeah.
That way we'll go ahead and get it started.
Do we need to recess until? that's
No,
gonna be
you
a
go ahead and
workshop.
do a budget because you're over your,
Yeah, we can do budget amendment.
right.
We need to do a budget amendment.
So we'd have to do a budget amendment in that special call meeting,
Well,
wouldn't
no,
we?
we can do it after
You
we
do
do
it
the
right now.
budget.
Let's do it now.
Well, we don't know how much it's gonna cost to do the.
No, but it wouldn't, no, we don't have to be exactly, you could still have some in that budget in case we need something for other repairs or something that comes up.
Well, budget amendment has to be
Exactly.
formed.
Yeah, but it don't have to be exact to the penny is what you're gonna spend, you can put
Let's
$5,000.
Designate
We're gonna move on this, and on the next call meeting, we're gonna have a next call meeting to get, then we know how much we want to have
To finish the
to
job.
finish the whole job with. Go ahead and prove this amount, go ahead and start the carpet,
Yes.
and then, and we'll know how much in the next call meeting, how much we're going to have to finish the job with.
That's what I'm, so, yes. We can go ahead and get
And that way
started.
we do the budget amendment at night and for all of it.
Okay. I'm gonna go tomorrow, once we approve this, and get it scheduled. Right away.
Okay. But we got,
We're
But-
gonna have our meeting, or.
yeah, we got to prove the meeting, I got to have that money proved before we do it. But you go ahead and get it set up,
Yeah, you can go ahead and get scheduled.
but before the work is done, we got our money there waiting on.
Okay.
You understand?
We got the money.
Yeah.
We just ain't got it.
You just gotta move it into another line
Another
item.
department.
It's no big deal.
You gonna do the library first?
Now, put the paint in it.
What's that?
Put the paint in it while you're doing the budget
Well,
amendment.
how much-
Yeah, that's what she's saying.
They're
I can
saying
figure
wait,
the
do the budget
paint.
amendment at the next meeting, what's
I'll
also,
be
let's go
able-
ahead and make a budget amendment then. for
I can
it.
figure the paint.
And we can always go ahead and do the work and do the budget amendment anytime before the year end.
But let's just do it when we have this code to
Okay.
get it all done that
It
way.
don't have to be done right. as
You're
soon as
supposed to
the
have it in
work-
your, but you're supposed to, before you spend it, you're supposed to make a budget amendment, really.
Vicki, you wanna go ahead and do one and, cause y'all are in a meeting. So you wanna go ahead and
We
do
should
one
keep
to
money
get it
forward and-
budgeted
And take care of it later.
in your budget? Move that line item?
How much we have in the, for right now?
It's
21
20 right
something?
now.
20.
20,000 in that line item? So this is gonna take,
That
if we
is what-
put 25,000, make 25, I mean, make it up to 25,000.
That'll cover the paint.
That should
25 or
cover the
30.
paint.
30 you'll have for everything that you would need until the next budget. I'm thinking if you go ahead and do a budget amendment, and I'm just making recommendations, if it's covered your work until July 1st, then you can put that in your next budget.
Yeah, so all we have to do is
And then we have to
amend
vote on it
$10,000. Amend $10,000 and appropriate it to complete that thing over there.
That's fine.
Not just to make a line item change.
We've got to say what line
No,
I'm
but-
making it up also. We've got to take
I mean, the
that.
line item change, we don't have to do anything, just,
Approve
Switch
that
money.
money for one,
But they have to fund it.
yeah.
They have to make that
But
change from
amendment,
one to
yeah,
another.
if we're moving actual money from the general fund into that, we have to do the amendment.
yeah, I think you're right.
I mean,
So what-
I can make up the amendment at a later time and
Hold
have y'all
first.
have you sign it.
Can we just go ahead and get started though without making an amendment right now? Go ahead and get started.
We've got,
We've
hey,
got-
Wayne, you haven't spending that 20,000 yet, have you? That's in it.
We got $20,000. Can we go ahead and get started and get it going and then make that adjustment at
Well,
our next meeting?
out of this $20,000, I was told that the cleaning and whatever is needed in the bathrooms and stuff comes out of that 20,000. So I don't know how much.
I'll have to look at it.
But their bid to do that for a year wasn't that much at all, was it?
That last $1,000, we'll vote on that.
Yeah.
It should come out of that's maintenance. That,
Yeah, cleaning comes in maintenance.
yeah, that 20,000,
Clean it.
there should be a separate item for that, cleaning.
For the building maintenance.
But what is your recommendation, council
What are you gonna
recommendation?
do, Vicki?
I just want to get started on
What's wrong
it.
with that? Let's get started.
So if he's going to need paint, he's going to probably want to paint before he puts that down in there, flooring down in there.
Can we
Can
go
we-
ahead and get started
Can we shift $10,000?
at our next meeting or at the next?
Yeah, why can't
We
we
can
do
get-
that though?
we
It's
can
gonna
put
be
it on
cheap.
meeting
If we're
before.
over, it's not gonna matter if we're over, and then we're not gonna need that money back in another line item, whatever she takes it out of anyway, because we're way above our budget.
Yeah, well,
We had how many thousand that we hadn't spent in the budget?
we're always gonna keep some money in there for repairs and stuff.
Right, yes. So 10,000 is not gonna,
Just leave 10,000, that way we got plenty and just leave it.
we use it, it's there.
Until our next budget.
Yeah, and then we just roll it back into whatever we need to
Until our
do.
next budget won't be the same as this
So that is-
budget.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So,
That's fine.
you know, you can change anything on our next budget,
Right,
because
that's fine.
They were moving.
then all year.
That's fine.
I mean, we wrestled with this forever.
I know, to be honest with you, I'm sick of hearing.
I know. I'm with you, Lord.
I want it done. The floor is nasty, the whole thing looks awful, it's be done.
That's how much you paid out for them operating.
It's all, everything comes out, I mean, we budgeted $25,000, but other stuff comes out.
The world might not be here next budget.
We've got 16,000, so we'll have to do an amendment here today.
It's gonna be 30,000.
That's what we have left, so we only have 16,000.
We're gonna be $15,000 amendment to this, if we go 14,000, if we go,
But like I say, all this other stuff is gonna take it out of that.
we've already spent it 16,000.
So that's all we got, 16,000, so we need to go with about 14,000. bring it
No, we
to-
need to go more than that, because we got cleaning to pay out of that. So how much monthly we paying?
Got April, May, and June.
Well, if we don't do something soon, we're gonna be.
1,200.
Yeah, cleaning.
What's that, 464, 14, a month? So it's $464 a month. So 464, and we've got, March was going to take, March, April, May, June, 4 months. That's $1,700 left for cleaning. So we gotta have 17 for that, and we gotta have,
If you gotta go, just call me tomorrow.
And any of the other repairs that tell them
Sign
to
for
be
you
done.
for the paper, which we don't.
Okay.
About a trip
That's
to,
roughly lose 14,000 in it.
this weekend.
So we're gonna have to have a 16, at least
Did the
16,000.
workshop, and we got some pictures and stuff, if you wanna do an article for the paper.
Yeah, definitely.
No. But,
How long were they there?
let's let him start with it.
Yeah.
Saturday.
This
the
past
USA.
weekend?
And that's meeting, we
Yeah, we'll get
have,
it worked out.
in the special call meeting, we work it out, what the money comes at, without me.
I'm having surgery.
So we have got to a bunch of, about 16,000 put in there, or more. And so,
21st and 28th.
that's my way I look at
So
it.
I'll be
Yeah.
up these 2 days.
I'm fine with that.
I mean, go ahead and start, get a schedule, you've got about 14,000 you can spend right now, I have put
By the end of the
in,
day,
and we're at 30,000, finish it,
but that's Good Friday week too,
painting,
next week.
no,
Throughout the week.
no,
Or we could
over there.
do it
Paint whole building's
this
gonna
week
take
in
more than that.
April.
no, I don't wanna wait that long.
I mean, I have to paint there and paint here too, while we're at
Okay, thanks.
So.
I think that's what we need to do too, is here and then there,
See me.
and then bring it all in. That 16,000 should cover that, close to it.
Is that on Thursday, Pat?
Yeah,
That's fine with me. Anybody else got anything?
When is it?
24.
the 21st, I'm having surgery.
Which is coming Thursday.
These 2 days. Now, this coming Thursday, if y'all wanted to meet the
Can we have
17th.
one?
All right, let's do it this Thursday.
Can we have one?
Can we get it that time, get it, out, the public notice on the,
Have you got enough time?
time's gonna push us on that, wouldn't it?
Monday,
Wouldn't it, Catherine?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
If we had a meeting Thursday, this Thursday night, that'd push us
We
on
have to
time,
have
wouldn't it?
public notice on codes, to change codes.
Yeah, you do have to do notice on codes.
How many days do we need?
3 days in 3 locations, that's what I always say, put one on the front door, put one on
On the back door.
back door, library.
Post office.
Take one at the post office
Yeah.
tomorrow morning, and we can meet Thursday night.
Okay.
That's
Right?
fine.
All right.
This coming Thursday at 6.
Thursday at 6,
Mhm.
and that's due the codes and the budget amendment on that building. Okay. Anything else? Well, I guess we got to vote on that. Did we vote on that?
To have a
We
meeting.
have a special meeting, I don't think so.
We don't have to vote on a special meeting, to have a special
Do we
meeting.
need to vote on it, go ahead and
You
start
can
work?
recess this one into that meeting if you
And
want
you
to,
want
but
to
you
do
still
that.
have to publish it on codes. Or you can adjourn and call it.
It's just recess.
Yeah.
That way, if anything else comes up, we can always add it to the agenda.
Right.
Gonna do more meeting.
Do I hear a motion to recess until Thursday? When is it?
14.
I make a motion to have recess meeting
17th.
Thursday, the 17th.
I have a motion to, do I have a second?
Second.
Everybody approve of it, say aye. Okay, we'll move to 6 o'clock.
Yes.
The 17th.
You didn't know that.